Hello. There we go. Oh, dear. Hang on. Let me just... It's I've called it the AMR special and I'm changing my shirt. Hang on. There we go. Just a second. What? Bloody cat. Oh, there we go. I'm still in my work trousers, but fuck it. It's a little bit 1080p. Where's the music gone? There it is. Okay, right. Oh dear. Okay. I think everything's sort of working as it should be. I'm not entirely sure. This is a new mic. Well, I say it's a new mic. It's new in that I bought it yesterday, but it's still a Blue Yeti. I haven't changed the brand. My old mic was getting a bit worse for wear, so this one should hopefully be a bit more reasonable. There we go. I've also tightened up all of the joints on the microphone stand so that this one doesn't sag quite as much. The idea with this, I've changed my pop filter as well. This is another one. It's not as good of a pop filter as it is that it stops popping, but it's a much better... Oh, shut up. It's a much better pop filter. You see, like you still get a little bit of... You still get... And I mean, if I... So, okay, how to describe it? I've got... Do you know like one of those... fluffy microphone things that you put over your mic? It's the equivalent of putting a sock over your microphone, but like a proper sock. You know what I mean? One of those ones. And the idea is that you're not meant to talk directly into this one. It's just meant to pick up, well, not more noise, but you know, it's not as... It's not... Jeez, I've got terrible indigestion. It's not as directional as, say, like a normal pop filter like this one here. I've got a semicircle mesh here, and you can hear the difference between the popping. So if I go, you can hear it's quite sharp. There's quite a bit of air getting into the mic. But if I put the mesh in front of it, you can hear the difference. Pretty obvious. But at the same time, I want to give this other one a try, just because I find that the sound that gets through is a little bit clearer.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's see how long we can keep this thing going. Yeah, that's right. So yeah. Also with this one, because I've adjusted all of the... literally just fixed the mic arm, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, August as well. 5 months, my man. Thank you very much. I actually just... weren't you supposed to buy a new chair? I've got my new chair. I've had my new chair for a couple of months. So yeah, it's a proper sock. Yeah, so words. I've been at work today. I'm sort of brains like scrambled eggs. So I don't know. I guess we'll just get into some game. I can also get a little bit closer to this mic for that proper ASMR, stimulation experience. But then again, would I want to? Because it pops too much. Maybe I'll just, whenever I get close, I'll have to hold the mesh in front of my face like some kind of Bond villain or something. Finny, thank you very much as well. Cool. Let's get into the game. The folks are out tonight, so we should have a relatively peaceful evening. I've got some pizza and, well, I've got my little brother. What else are little brothers for? I've got my little brother cooking some pizza. And basically, it's just a supermarket pizza. It's a supermarket margarita pizza, but what I like to do is put all of my own stuff on it. I like to give it the Joe twist, which is basically the twist of a meat feast pizza, basically. Pepperoni, bacon strips, and a little bit of, chicken tikka.
Oh, yeah.
On the top. Thank you very much. Who was that? Mr. Shen Long? Thank you very much. Right. Cool. 5 months already, I know, yeah? It's not even Shen Long. It's Shen Yong. Not racist. Right. Okay, let's crack on. Let's change game scenes for you. Ooh, buttons clicked. It's all gone wrong. No, I think it's alright. Well, be okay. I also applied for in shocking, due time. There's going to be background noise.
Yeah.
Joe Meat Twist Quebec. Jesus Christ. It's the name of my new album. The Meat Twist. Right, yeah, let's, yeah, carry it. Fucking hell. What am I talking about? Yeah, so we got my window open because it's actually quite warm in the house. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know, your parents for the first, you know, what? Up until they reach the age of about 50, they'll like, you know, oh, we're not turning the heating on, and then they get old, and then all they do is turn the heating on, and it's like a sauna.
Oh, yeah.
There are palm trees growing in here. Play Doctor, enjoy that pizza. You don't know how much I'm going to enjoy that pizza. Right then.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to be able to play the games. It's just me going, thank you. The Mank Deems, thank you very much, mate. Okay, so I was actually reading through the patch notes. I'm actually, when I say I've actually got them up on the other screen, I mean I've actually got them up on the Cold Water screen, the done. And I was actually reading about we'll tab back into the game in a moment. I was actually reading about the difficulty and things like that, and there's a wall of text about what they've changed and stuff like that. But I was sort of reading about how the basically the enemy player's snapshot changes to their AI and things like that. Very specifically, I was looking for something about the maritime air patrols, the MAPs, the planes that fly over. I was trying to find how they detect you basically when not using sonar buoys. Apparently, there's this alternative form of submarine detection. And I don't know the acronym for it, but it's basically magnetic anomaly. So you're obviously a big, nice long metal tube there that's sitting down in the ocean. Obviously creates a magnetic anomaly in the water, and basically when it's not using sonar, the air patrols can pick you up using the magnetic anomaly sensors. They're not mounted in helicopters usually, or I don't think at all, but mounted in like anti-submarine aircraft, like the Tupolev, the Bear bomber. It's much to be desired, basically. So we've got to be careful of those. They're really nasty. So if we ever get buzzed by a Bear bomber in shallow water, we've basically got to disengage. The game is actually difficult enough now that it's not just the little submarine that could, as in like we just have to keep going in, keep smacking people up. You know how it goes, like just go from mission to mission to mission. There may actually be times in Cold Waters where we have to disengage, either by going very deep and hiding, or maybe by just blowing up, as scaring off the contacts and then turning the other way ourselves, just to try and get away from these air patrols. They are arguably more dangerous than the ships. I also found out a little bit about how the sorry, they're just faffing around with stuff behind the mic. I also found out about how the ships fire snapshots back at you. For example, torpedoes are fired with a bearing spread, so they'll fire it at like several angles, and the amount of torpedoes they fire is based upon their sonar solution on you. Now, it doesn't actually say whether they've got a higher sonar solution, because that would make more sense to me. The higher sonar solution they have on you would mean how many torpedoes they fire. So if I had a more solid solution, they'd fire less torpedoes because they know where I am.
Oh, yeah.
J-Bar, thank you. Jabbar 88, thank you. Yeah, anyway. So it's one of those ones. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that it works of one of two ways, which is more than not knowing, but is still not knowing. Cool. Oh, dear. Right. Let me think. What are we doing? We're playing Cold War. I genuinely forgot what we were doing then.
Oh, yeah.
And Kip Seeker, thank you very much also. Jesus, it's going to be a fucking sub only chat in a minute. Jesus. Got Isis there in chat as well. Jane. Welcome. Right. Excellent. Okie dokie. There we go. Let's get back into it. So we're going to fire up one of the classic 1984 campaigns here. I don't think we're going to do Fog of War Challenge because it's actually much harder than that now. So instead we're going to I don't know. I think we're just going to do a normal run. The question is, which submarine do we want to play? We could play a Los Angeles nuclear attack submarine. This is probably one of the more advanced submarines for the time. In fact, it is the most advanced submarine they have during 1984. Very good sonar suite. And a very decent ship, actually. 33 knots. Good array of weapons. 6,900 tons. This is actually a very decent submarine. We've also got on the opposite end of the opposite end of the spectrum, this horrendous little, I say horrendous, I can't say that about the Skipjack, is our pride and joy, the Skipjack class nuclear attack submarine. Basically the stark contrast between these two ships, they handle polar opposite from each other. For example, well, the only thing that the two traits that the submarines share is that they're both fast, and that is where the similarities end, frankly. This is a very long sort of, single propeller, very long submarine, 110 meters.
Yeah.
One-armed guard, dreadnought class. Fair point. Yeah, fucking dreadnought class. Apparently, they are actually going to be patching in the Akula, like properly into the game, fully modelled. And Nymph, thank you very much, mate, for the 500 placeholder image bits. Thank you for fucking. So, in fact, that should probably just be the 500-bit sign, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
And the Bear of Stalin as well. Thank you very much, Monfrey. So, yeah, it's like this is a very long boat. It's very difficult to manoeuvre. It's very easy to be detected with active sonar because of its size. Whereas on the opposite end, you've got the Skipjack. Nearly 40 metres, just over 30 metres shorter. 30 metres shorter, just imagine it. In size, and I think even a little bit thinner, just a little bit though, only by like 40 centimetres or so. So it's a little bit thinner as well. It basically means that in terms of active sonar, and not so much passive, but definitely to an active sonar, this ship is a little bit harder to detect. But the problem is that it's a very dated submarine. 1959 is when it first entered service, whereas the actual Los Angeles class has been in service since 1976, so a good like 15-ish year gap there between the two submarines. So it's, says a lot about the, 15 years, a hell of a long time, especially sort of when you're in technology and things like that. This Skipjack, while being 30 knots here, it's not the fastest ship in the game, but it's still extremely fast for most, as you'll see actually. Being a much shorter submarine though, and again only single prop, it manoeuvres like it just turns beautifully, this thing. It basically, if I could describe the differences between the two submarines, this submarine is all about avoiding contact.
Yeah.
Vissy, thanks very much, mate. You know the Japs made an aircraft carrier sub? Yes, I read about that. Did they actually make it? I don't think it ever actually sailed, did it? I think they planned on making it, or maybe they nearly built it. I don't think it would actually... Bloody hell, it's all going off tonight. Zeph, thank you very much, mate, for the 505 place. I think if that little image there next to the 505 about summarises my streams, doesn't it? Just doesn't work. It's perfect. It's Quebec material. It did sail. It had 2 hulls. Interesting. Well, trust the Japanese, the nutty bastards. Shame they lost them both through, tactical incompetence. Never mind. My first subscription in Twitch, we have... I was going to say something then, but I probably shouldn't have. I was going to say we've popped Vissy's chat. No. Right. Okay. Anyway, I will eventually finish this description of the two submarines. Right, so yeah, this is basically... the playstyle of the Los Angeles is just full-on avoiding contact, avoiding being detected, whereas the Skipjack doesn't really mind being detected because it has the manoeuvrability to avoid it. We've also got a handful of other submarines. Would you believe it or not, I have never played in the Sturgeon-class submarine. Never, ever played around in the Sturgeon. Never. I've just never sat down and played it. I don't know why. I just have... this, to me, this tower seems like really long. It just seems like it's got a very large, this isn't a conning tower, is it? I think it is. As if I can't remember that. Of all things, I could spew facts out of my anus for 3 hours straight, but I can't remember whether this is called a conning tower. One of those ones. I've just never played it. Isn't the Sturgeon really old? Not as old as you'd think. 1967, which is pretty old. So yeah, You know what, I'd even call you right. It's pretty old. We've got the Narwhal, well acquainted with the Narwhal, very stealthy submarine, all about cloak and dagger kind of warfare. Very slow though for a submarine, 25 knots. Quite short as well, not as short as the Skipjack. It's got a decent depth, or a test depth of 1300 feet and 2 wires. So basically, stream, I put it to you. Which class of submarine do we feel like playing? I think we've got 5 to choose from. Los Angeles, Narwhal, Sturgeon, Permit, which I think that tiny little conning tower there is cute as all hell, but hey ho. And then the Skipjack class. Older than 100% of your audience, that's right. How subs work 101 for the next 4 hours, exactly. Skipjack, Sturgeon, Skipjack, Sturgeon, lots of Sturgeons coming out. Few Skippies. Sturgeon LRA, Skipjack. God, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Sturgeon, Permit, a couple of Permits. Excellent. Skipjack is love, Sturgeon, Permit, Skipjack, Permit, Sturgeon. I think the Sturgeon takes the day. The little Skipjack that could. We'll take out a Sturgeon class submarine in the 1984 campaign. Let's actually read a little bit about this. I've never actually read anything about it. In service since 1967, this class formed the backbone of US attack submarines during the Cold War until the end of the mid-80s. Stealthy, maneuverable, and with an excellent sonar suite, these boats can match up to any but the very latest Soviet submarines. Their only drawback is their comparatively low speed, which is 25 knots, not great. Sorry, that was a knock at the door to tell me pizza's ready. There we go. Does this game have a Hunley class? No, but I'm pretty sure mods can get the Hunley in. So a Sturgeon class, our first playthrough of the Sturgeon class, 89 metres, very slow submarine, very stealthy according to the game, you know, very stealthy. You know, by that they've painted it black and hoped no one will see it. So yeah, here we go. New command assignment. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned command of Sturgeon-class submarine USS Tautog? Rolls off the tongue. SSN 639. That's probably what I'm going to be calling it from now on. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. Excellent. Right. Again, we're going to skip the newspapers because 99% of us know what we've already stolen the pizza. Pizza-class submarine. Beautiful aircraft there, A-10 Thunderbolt, and get ready to read the newspapers. They're going to be going by quick. There we go, good stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. Brilliant. So we instantly go straight into the mission orders, or the mission log for the SSN 639. We're currently docked at Holy Loch in Scotland on the east coast, submarine base in the UK. Tactical situation, top secret missions just come down the pipe. Is the game a little bit loud? Am I a little bit quiet? Let me know again, because obviously it's a new mic. A lot of the things are still at default. I haven't messed with too much, so if things are a little bit sort of awry, do feel free to punch me in the nose and tell me something's up. Right, tactical situation. Intelligence estimates indicate that enemy Spetsnaz commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of Trondheim within the next week. You are ordered to intercept and eliminate them before they land. The primary objective is to locate and sink enemy submarines transporting the commandos, and the secondary objectives are to locate and sink any escorting submarines if possible, and to avoid detection from anti-submarine warfare patrols. ROE warning is yellow, and that we are weapons free on designated targets only. ECMOM or MCON is to maintain radio silence until otherwise directed. Someone can Google what MCON means, because I don't have a bloody clue. Right, just put the microphone in my mouth. If I talk to it from like here, no, that's way too much. Is that too much? I don't know. I don't have to get like, if I get here, it's like, no, it's too loud. But if I sit here, that's not too bad. I tell you what, if I do, if I make it so that I can't tilt back on my chair, which is on this side, I think. There we go. There, that's a bit more rigid. And what about this? Can I like... There we go. MCON emission control. There we go. Perfect. If I basically just adjust my chair so that it's like the bit behind my head, like the cushion behind my head, is just forcing my skull into the mic. I think that works as Jesus. Okay, just pull the cushion off. Just wrestle with it for a bit. There we. Ah, what a life. Right then. Okay, let me just tilt my monitor up as well, because now I'm sitting up straighter than I ever have in my life. It's like a fucking Victorian workhouse. Right. Excellent. So let's go in. I just need to move that and move my cable slightly. Do you know, I'm probably the most unorganised man on the planet. There we go. Right. Excellent. Captain. No Comrade Captain this time. Like I said, we've got our mod turned off. We're just using vanilla stuff at the moment while they figure out how to sort of tune the AI. The crew is enjoying some time ashore. The crew is enjoying some shore leave while we make ready for departure. There we go. That's the crew status, if you like. Stores and tubes are fully stocked, and the damage reports that all systems are nominal or operational. Let's have a look at our weapons outfit. We have got 12 Mark 48s, 4 in the tubes, 8 in storage. We've got 3 MOSS, mobile submarine simulators, in storage, and 8 UGM-84s, which are something missiles, I would wager. So yeah, we've got 8 of those. Those are going to be pretty good at sinking long-range contacts. We have no Tomahawk missiles aboard for now, as we are just playing an attack submarine. We could take some... In fact, we could take some T-lambs with us. In fact, I'm almost tempted to. Let's unload 4 of the UGMs and take some T-lambs. It's 12 hours in port, so we need to get to Trondheim in a big way. There we go. Let's see. So, Trondheim. We're looking to intercept those Spetsnaz commandos, which means we're going to be in shallow water no matter what. Now, shallow water isn't too bad for us because we're the ones that are trying to find them, not the other way around. So we're just going to lie in the shallows here and wait. These are probably our guys. They're hugging the coast, they're coming down this way. Let's try and catch them in transit. Here we go, let's take it slow. Intercept. Here we are. Excellent. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 162. Designate Sierra 1. EXO reports that our depth is 150 feet, heading 173. Speed is 10 knots. Local conditions are overcast, moderate breeze, with a moderate surface duct and strong thermal layer at 180 feet. I was actually watching a Jive Turkey live stream recently, and he was explaining about how it's basically known as the dead zone, I believe it is, where there's this strange pocket, and again I can't describe the sort of the scientific properties of it, but basically if you go 30 feet or within 30 feet of that, so if we sit between 180 and 210 feet, there's this weird pocket of basically this acoustic like black zone where sound really struggles to penetrate, particularly passive sonar. In some cases active sonar can burn through it if you're like really close to the thing that's pinging you, but most of the time you're pretty well hidden. Tomahawks, T-LAM stands for Tomahawk Land Attack Missile, that's right. Did I say something else? The ASAM is anti-ship. There we go. Yeah, you spent £110 on a statue. Well, I spent 120 on a microphone. Who's the bigger idiot? Right, okay, let's just rock and roll, I guess. We'll go all hands to battle stations. In fact, we'll close to 25,000 yards. Or 20,000. Yeah, in fact, no, we're close to 25,000. He says as he keeps clicking it. There we go. Close to.
On sonar, new contact bearing 286. Designated Sierra 1.
Okay, maneuvering. Bring us down to 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And rig ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, rigging for silent running. We've got a single
sonar,
contact.
New contact bearing.
Scratch that. 2 contacts.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
We're gonna hold at 150 feet while we do some target motion analysis, or at least signature identification. Let's take a look. We can assume that we're after submarines, as that's the kind of contact we detected. So let's flicker through what we've got here. There's a little bit of background noise, but these signatures seem to be shining through.
Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Sierra 2 is cavitating. Bring us down to 3 knots, please, maneuvering.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Doesn't match.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 3 knots.
I'm feeling like Sierra 1 is civilian shipping. Let me just check civilian shipping. Just because this very sort of narrow or very low band frequency doesn't seem to be matching anything that I have. Not quite that, nearly there. There we go, trawler.
Con sonar. Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
Sierra 2 was cavitating. We've actually got a pretty strong sonar solution on Sierra 2 because he was cavitating. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Very low frequency here matches that of the narrow band. Let's try and identify him so we know who he is and how easily he can detect us. Whiskey class. Bing bing.
Con sonar. Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, Sierra 2 classifies as submerged submarine, and he is a whiskey class with horrible sonar arrays. So let's bring us back up to 5 knots, please, maneuvering.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And bring us left, heading 109, sorry, please, helm.
Come left to 108. Helm aye.
Or 108, that's not too bad. So, we've got a whiskey class submarine. Let's take a look at his capabilities. He's a 1,350 ton, very light, very small submarine, only capable of an abysmal 13 knots though. He's currently got a crew of 54 and a terrible crush depth. This is a modernised World War II era submarine. I think one of the, in fact I think it is the most mass-produced submarine ever, actually, this particular type from the Soviet Navy. I think countries all over the globe use this submarine, and I think, shockingly, I think even some countries may still even have them in service, if not in active service. Okay, so the plan is quite simple here. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get into the baffles of the target. Now, the baffles are basically a blind spot. I'm pretty sure I explain this every stream, but we'll go for it again. The baffles of a target are a blind spot behind the target, like this. If anything noisy occurs in the blind spot of the sonar, which is these little things attached to the front here, you can see these boxes, these are the sonar arrays. If anything happens behind them, as you can see, they don't have any sonar behind them, which means they can't detect us, basically. So what we want to try and do is get behind the target as best we can. Once these contact markers go to -50 and -50, we will be successfully in the target baffles, and we will be able to fire a weapon. Now, given that the target has such a terrible sonar array, I'm actually going to step it up to 10 knots, so ahead 2/3, please, maneuvering.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con sonar lost contact.
That's alright.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 298. Contact is in the baffles.
You see that? Contact is in the baffles? That trawler on the map here is directly behind us, which means he's entered our sonar blind spot. Now, this whiskey class submarine, we know that he's got a pretty bad sonar array, and we know roughly where he is.
Come right to 137. Helm aye.
So losing him as a contact isn't as bad as we think, because we still know roughly where he is. At the moment we're just giving chase. Total water depth at the moment is a mere 400 feet. It is not the kind of depth you want to be shooting weapons in, basically. It's bad.
Con, helm, steady course.
So we're going to hold at the 150 feet mark. How come you never fight scary clubs like the Club Penguins? Akula 1 or the Victor 3. They have to appear, basically. So yeah, they have to basically be they have to send them out against me, basically. I think the longer you survive in the campaign, the more deadly submarines they send out, or you just have to get lucky with certain missions. Is this an MMO game or closed? I think you might mean single player, and if that's what you meant, then yes, it is single player. Only Only nation using whiskey class is NK, which I think is North Korea. Okay. Helm, come right to bearing 166.
Come right to 166. Helm aye.
Decently manoeuvrable, it looks like, actually. We're only doing 10 knots, and it seems to be turning very well.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 303.
So you can see, because we've now changed our heading, our sonar array here, and
Con, helm, steady course.
was able to detect him again. Okay. Let's slow it down now. Helm, bring us down to 5 knots, please, or maneuvering 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay. So what's going to happen now is that the whiskey contact should slowly creep back into view, as he's quite a noisy
Con,
submarine.
maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Or he's not, actually. He's a semi-noisy submarine. The only reason we detected him before was because he was cavitating, but we're quite close to him. So we're now doing 5 knots. Let's rig ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay. Curious. Curious George. The Sierra 2 has dropped off our scope. He went deep, didn't he? He dropped in. Curious. Most curious. Okay. Well, we know that he's following the coast to try and get down to Trondheim. It's a little bit off our station here, but that's okay. He's trying to get down this way. So chances are he's still following this bearing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send a weapon on the last known bearing of Sierra 2 and see if we can't force him out of hiding. We're going to leave it passive and see what he does, because we know that he's quite close. Range to the target is a mere 6,000 yards, which is nothing. So, what we're going to do is, because weapons 3 and 4 here are on the right side of the ship, and currently the target is somewhere to our right, over here, we're going to fire from tubes 3 and 4 in an attempt to maintain the wire that guides the weapon. So, firing point procedures on the last known bearing of Sierra 2, which is 190. Range to enable 4,200 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
And we're going to immediately activate the weapon. And we're going to send it out this way on the last known bearing of the whiskey. There we go. Now remember, the whiskey's got a pretty bad sonar suite. There we go. Is your towed array automatically deployed, or do you have to deploy it? Automatically deployed. In this case. I have the voice of a pirate. Is this a pirate voice? I don't know. It's a very well-spoken pirate. He's come for your literature. Okay. He probably would have heard the launch, you are right. What we want to try and do is force a cavitation from the target. We've got 16 minutes of fuel here, as you can see.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, there we go. He changed course. Sneaky bastard, so he's somewhere down here. So the weapon is now homing the target. We are going to change our heading to the left slightly, in case he fires a counter shot at this torpedo here. So helm, come left bearing 112.
Come left to 112. Helm aye.
Still keeps our torpedo roughly on parallel with the weapon, but
Con sonar
there we go.
regained contact on Sierra. Con sonar lost transient from Sierra 2.
There we go. He's firing a spread back our way. What we'll do, we'll come all of the way left to 083.
Come left to 082. Helm aye.
082. We'll cut the wire to the weapon and we'll
Con
reload
sonar, noisemaker
an
bearing
MOSS.
175.
We'll come down to 250 feet.
Make depth 250 feet, dive high.
and we'll step it up to a head
Make
2/3
turns
and then to a
for
head
10
standard.
knots. Maneuvering aye.
There we go.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
Okay, we'll try and pick up the speed. The weapons are coming quite
Con
fast.
helm. Steady course.
Can't I? Drop us down to 300 feet, please, dive.
Make depth 300 feet, dive aye.
Okay, maneuvering. Bring us a head standard, 15 knots.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con sonar lost contact. Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
Here come the weapons. Dive, take us down another 50 feet.
Make depth 350 feet, dive aye.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2. Last bearing 184. Contact breaking up.
Okay, torpedo found its mark. We've now just got to avoid his counterfire. Okay, helm, bring us up to a head full, 20 knots.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Con, dive at 350 feet, dive aye.
Can't I?
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
20 knots, I. There we go. Weapons are now homing. Snaking search. Perfect. They haven't detected us yet. We're going to stay on current course. They are closing. He may still detect us. Even if he does, I'm comfortable in our ability to evade a single torpedo. Helm, bring us right, bearing 125.
Come right to 126. Helm aye.
Well, I'm always one off. Pinging us with active sonar. Looks like we've just
Con,
about
helm,
evaded them.
Steady course.
What we need to do now is basically buzz by the wreckage to see if he had any escort craft. So, set course bearing 169, please, Helm.
Come right to 169. Helm aye.
There we go. So we need to sort of buzz the wreckage and then fire a few blasts of active sonar, see if we can't find any additional contacts. We've evaded these weapons now.
Con helm. Steady course.
Perfect. We're going to stay at a head standard, or a head full, sorry, which is 20 knots. I'm going to go and retrieve my pizza. Brilliant. Enjoy the dull sounds of active sonar. I'm also going to get dive to bring us up to 250 feet.
Make depth 250 feet, dive aye.
Con sonar. We are cavitating.
Con, dive at 250 feet, dive aye.
quality. Now we're cavitating, are we? Right, if we're cavitating and we haven't been shot at yet, that's a good start. Let's bring it down to a head standard, 15 knots.
Make turns for 1, 5. Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Alright, okay. In fact, let's bring it down to 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Okay. I'm going to put my pizza like just there. That'll do. I'm also going to fill up a bottle of water as well. This game plays itself. How long is that towed array cable? God. How long?
Maneuvering, making turns.
Several
for
hundred
5
meters, I think.
Knots.
Lovely. Right. Cool. Right then. Okay. So, let's fire a few blasts of active sonar, see if we can't pick anybody out against the backdrop. Fire active sonar.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
I'm going to eat a few pieces of pizza. This is my tea, this is. Beautiful. The smacking of the lips, everything. Everything you don't want to hear.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 336.
Okay. Hold the phone. Does pineapple belong on pizza? No. No. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. In before a cooler. I was going to say, oh, we'll know if it's in a cooler. But if it's in a cooler, we'll have no idea, because we'll already be dead. Right. Right. Too many people say it belongs on... Oh, dear. It's like Marmite. The controversy. Right, well, we've given it a few blasts of active sonar, and we've had no returns. We've also got the EXO reporting that there are no nearby vessels, no weapons, no aircraft, and no flooding.
Oh, yeah.
Commander Breakspear, happy anniversary. Okay. Oh, I see. 3 months in a row. Oh, man, the $9.99 sub. Thank you very much, bro. Bro. Why did I call you bro? Oh, it doesn't fit. I'm just a pasty white guy saying bro. Oh, God. Make myself sick. Right, we shall leave combat. Here we go. Oh, music kicks in. You did a good job then. SSN 639 in the vicinity of the Norwegian coast. After action report. Enemies engaged 1 times Whiskey class sunk. Weapons remaining are 11 Mark 48s. And no systems damaged. Sub J, mission update. Excellent performance locating and eliminating enemy submarines transporting Spetsnaz commandos. Await further orders. Here we go. So technically it's okay. We can call each other Cracker-Lacka and it's okay, because we're both... What? Yeah. Right. World News, 25th of November 1984. Red subs sunk. The Pentagon today revealed that several Soviet submarines attempting an incursion near Trondheim, Norway, have been destroyed or driven off by coordinated efforts of NATO surface vessels, submarines and aircraft. The continued cooperation of NATO members was cited as pivotal to the successful outcome of this operation. Ongoing protection of many of the NATO allied military installations throughout the theatre remains a high priority. NATO's ability to maintain control of the region is founded on these bases. There we go. Perfect. So immediately, they hand us off a new mission. And as the captain, I'm making it an official order to have some more pizza. Oh. Pretty good first mission. We didn't die, which is pretty good. I've just read the first line of that mission brief, and I'm not a happy bunny. Not a happy bunny at all. Possibly Zoe. Callum, how you doing, Callum? How you doing? I don't know. Great shit. Hope you're enjoying the stream, Callum. I'll send you some pizza. We're playing with sorry, I'm literally just sitting here eating pizza like a fucking slob. Hang on. Let me just finish this piece. We're playing with a sturgeon class. It's good shit. It's good shit. And the pizza. It's good shit. Commander Slob. The SSN 639 should be renamed from the Tautog to the Slob. USS Slob. I always think a really good call sign for things is Sasquatch. Like, that's a fucking excellent call sign. This is Sasquatch 1-2. Like, oh. Sasquatch 3-4. Oh. Perfect. Righto. Okay, hey Q, I was just watching your last Cold Waters VOD. Now you're watching this one. What pizza is it? It's a margarita pizza with my own toppings on it. And when I say my own toppings on it, I mean the most generic pizza toppings ever. I mean, it's pepperoni, it's bacon strips, and it's a little bit of chicken tikka. It's homemade meat feast. Anyway, there we go. Let's read the tactical situation. NavOps has reason to believe that an enemy carrier task force will sail from Murmansk within 48 hours and attempt to break out into the North Atlantic through the Iceland-UK gap. The carrier is armed with long-range cruise missiles and could wreak havoc on vital NATO supply convoys. As bad weather prevents airstrikes, you are ordered to intercept and destroy this task force. Locate and sink the enemy carrier is the primary objective, so it doesn't matter how many escort ships, submarines, anything that we sink, the aircraft carrier is the priority target. And we are also, as a secondary objective, recommended to locate and sink escorting warships if possible. Avoid detection by enemy ASW patrols, and ROE yellow, or warning yellow, means that they are weapons free only on the designated fleet that we are attacking. We are also to maintain radio silence until otherwise directed. Okay, local conditions where we are. Again, it's sailing from Murmansk apparently, so we could go and set up... I don't really want to set up in the Barents Sea, because it's about 500 feet deep. And against a carrier fleet, I might as well just bend over and take it right up the prop shaft, because we're in trouble if we fight in 500 feet of water against a carrier fleet and its screening ships. So we're actually going to wait for it to break out of the Barents Sea, and we're going to attack it in some slightly deeper water, hopefully. Okay, continue on course. We want it to get into the Norwegian Sea if it can. Here we go. Several submarines have been deployed against us. We've been detected. Try and get around them. Here we go, this is the fleet. Okay, here we go. West Germany conquered. Soviets invade. This is on the 26th, by the way, so 1 day in. It only took 1 day for them to fall on their arse. After a devastating campaign, the Soviet invading forces are in total control of West Germany. The government is dissolved, and administration has been handed to the occupying forces. In a national broadcast, West Germany's government ordered the country's armed forces to cease fire to avoid further casualties. In this week's edition of International Defence Journal, General McGillian, writes on why neither side can claim to be winning. The war at sea remains unsettled, and both sides maintain maritime presence in important areas. So basically, stalemate ahoy. I want to try and catch him as he comes through deep water. We'll catch him here. There we go. Slightly further back than I wanted, but we'll catch him here. Okay. Moderate surface duct, not ideal. Okay. Captain, we have new sonar contact bearing 117. Designate Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is 50 feet, heading 131. Current speed is 5 knots. Local conditions are clear and calm. Bad. Bad because we're easy to detect. Moderate surface duct with a weak thermal layer. We're going to just all hands to battle stations.
For ultra quiet.
We're not going to close any distance. We're going to sit at maximum range. We're only at 50 feet. Dive. Bring us up to periscope depth, 4-5 feet.
Contact.
Make depth 4-5 feet. Dive by.
Coming up to 4-5 feet. Tactical pizza!
Con, sonar, new contact.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet. Dive by.
Expect a big fleet.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 115. Designated Sierra 4.
So there's at least 4 ships. Already being pinged on active sonar. It's a good start. Okay, we're going to raise... What's the range? 23,000 yards roughly? 16,000 yards? Alex the Thief, hello Quebec, welcome back to the living... Well, yeah, that'll do. Right. Okay, so we can almost guarantee there's going to be helicopters in the air. Let's, before we poke up, identify our surface contacts. Here he is. The Moskva. This is our carrier.
Con, sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as capital ship.
Let's find who is screening for him today. Interesting. Do we have some civilian shipping? Blue Whale, okay.
Con, sonar, Sierra 4 is classified as biologic.
Well, that's one less warship. This could be a cash-in. I'm going to mark that as cash-in.
Con, sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
And a Cresta 2.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Okay, range to the fleet is roughly 16,000 yards. Let's poke up the periscope and the periscope alone.
Upscope.
Bearing 112. Helicopter. Conditions are calm. No visual on the fleet. Just the helicopter. No close contacts either. Just doing a full circle. Okay, just that helicopter on the horizon then. Roughly between me
Downscope.
and the Moskva. They're no longer pinging me with active sonar either, which is good. Okay, dive. Take us down to 100 feet. Oh, there we go.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive by.
So we can't identify them by visually acquiring the target and using laser designation to range it, basically, and get an accurate sonar solution. So instead, we're going to have to detect it the old-fashioned way and do some good old-fashioned target motion analysis. There's that helicopter. What we're probably going to want to do is slip below this thermal layer here very soon. It seems to be that the Moskva is closest to us.
Con, dive at 100 feet. Dive by.
So there's no screening ships between us and him, which is good. I'm going to want to hold at about this range, so helm, bring us left to bearing 094.
Come left to 094. Helm I.
I'm exposing myself a little bit, but it's not too bad. Let's check the contact list. Nearly detected by the medium frequency towed array, but not really. Cash-in? No chance of detecting us, and the Cresta doesn't have much chance of detecting us. Looks like the Moskva here has a towed array. Let's have a look. Moskva. Medium frequency maretale towed array. Has an RBU 6000 system, which is basically the cluster depth charges. And it is a helicopter ship, as you can see from the tail there. 17,000 tons. It's going to be a bit of a prize to bag. Here we go. There's their formation. So 2 at the front, left and right, and then the Moskva in the rear. Very interesting. Okay. Attacking this fleet from behind then is going to be optimal. The trick is going to be getting behind the Cresta and the Cashin and avoiding detection from their fleets. Hang on. Are we in silent running?
Ring ship for ultra quiet.
We're nearly detected by the towed array. Let's bring it down another 50 feet, please, Dive.
Make depth 150 feet. Dive high.
-6. We are almost detected. If we get detected, or if that goes to -3, I'm going to fire from this range. If that goes to -3, then basically, if it basically goes to anything above 0, then we've been detected. So, I need to make sure I'm firing before we're detected. Let's drop it down 2 knots to 3 knots, please, manoeuvring.
Dive at 150 feet. Dive high.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
It's all interesting stuff.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 3 knots.
Those 2 ships in front of them are designed for anti-submarine warfare, the Cashin and the Cresta. They're literally screening the ocean around them for submarines. But we're sitting just outside of their range, thank God. Love the mic, perfect. I'm basically using it to eat pizza. Which, I don't know, can't really persecute me for. It's an honourable, it's a noble act. Here we go. Solid sonar solution on the Cresta 2, so long as we remain undetected. Which we are for the most part. I'm going to step it back up to 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Oh dear. Okay. It's pizza. It's literally just pizza. I should just put that in the stream title. Eating pizza. Okay, so we've now got a bearing for the Moskva. The question is... here we go. You see? As soon as the bearing on the Cashin improves, 61% sonar solution, as soon as we know exactly where he is, the better. Okay, let's bring us right slightly. Bring us to heading 102, please. Maneuvering? No. Helm, that's it.
Come right to 102. Helm aye.
Yeah, eating pizza with some cold waters in the background. To be honest, I can't hear the difference. I don't know, maybe there is no difference. Maybe there is no difference and it's all in my head. Or maybe there is a difference.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'm really hoping all of these positions are accurate and the Moskva is actually exposed there at the rear of the fleet, because if he is, that's a beautiful opportunity. A beautiful opportunity for us. We've just got to wait. What's total water depth, please, Dive? Or sound? Take a sounding, sorry. It's 823 feet. Not ideal, but not terrible. We can jump into the sonar dead zone just below the duct and then fire from there. Sonar solution on the Moskva is about to hit 95% target solution, which means this is basically accurate. It's the Cashin solution that's a little bit worse, because the Cashin solution is being dampened by the Cresta 2s because of their proximity, if that is in fact accurate. Not to mention that the cash-in here, yeah, that's right, the cash-in only is 165 decibels, whereas the Cresta 2 is 180, which means, again, he's being hidden by the Cresta 2's noise. Here we go. Sonar solution on the Moskva, here it is. It's becoming accurate. Signature, -7. Right. It's at this point now I'm thinking of firing. In fact, actually we're at 21,000 yards. Probably not worth firing yet. The torpedo, we have to be close enough to chase them down, basically. Okay, so now that we know roughly where they are, the trick is getting closer, which is always the trick. What we want to do is we want to slip just below the thermal layer, so we want to go down to 200 feet.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
We want to go down to about 250 feet, sorry.
Make depth 250 feet. Dive aye.
Are we detected? No, just a slight speed change. Cresta 2 speeding up, but the course has not changed. I don't think we're detected as of yet. Nope, and not likely. Okay, there's a very good chance that that cash-in is actually around here, holding formation. So we need to get to that Moskva. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip into the dark zone just underneath the moderate duct here, and we're going to use that as an opportunity to speed up and stalk the fleet. So helm, bring us left to bearing 120, or right to 120.
Come right to 120. Helm aye.
Now the Moskva is only making 9 knots at the moment, which isn't too bad. Okay, so we are just below the thermal layer now. Okay, if he's making 9 knots, we want to make 15.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
There we go. We're coming into the contacts baffles now.
Con sonar lost contact. Con helm steady course.
There we go, we're speeding up. Still got a sonar solution on the Moskva, just about.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
As long as we know where these two are, that's the important thing. So the Moskva's now making 20 knots. They're turning away. It's not too bad. Still haven't been detected yet. Right. Got to match them for 20 knots.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
That's bad.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Let's see what happened there. Cresta 2 just dropped off the radar. Okay. I don't like firing long-range weapons like this. Okay, dive. Take us down 600 feet.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive aye.
We're going to give chase. Let's change our heading to 132, please, helm.
Come right to 132. Helm aye.
The shadow zone, that's it. Not the dark zone. No, fucking... In fact, actually, change course to...
Con helm steady course.
127, please, helm.
Come left to 127. Helm aye.
I want you to bring us to a head full.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Down we go. Nearly detected.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
Get ready to ease off. When we get to -1, we'll go to a head standard. If it get... okay. It's probably safer for us just to go to a head standard. Okay, drop it down. 15 knots, please, maneuvering.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, 15 knots. Let's go for an intercept course then, instead of a lagging course. So let's go...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 108.
Okay. Helm, bring us right to bearing 150.
Come right to 150. Helm aye.
Okay, tactical pizza. Basically, I'm not going to be able to chase him without getting detected, which means we're going to have to intercept him. Which means I can basically...
Con helm steady course.
If I set for an intercept course, then I'm able to close the distance at a slower speed. If I go for a lagging course, then I have to give more speed to give chase. This way, I'm able to close the distance a little bit faster. Hopefully I can remain undetected, as I have lost contact with his escorts. However, the sonar solution on the Moskva remains strong, and therefore we shouldn't worry. The towed array there is probably the most sensitive piece of equipment that they have, strangely, as you can tell by the contact signatures there. So I need to basically keep on this guy's arse. Yeah, figure out what I'm going to do. Range to the target is 19,000 yards, and I believe closing 19,400. So we just jumped 200 yards then, which is good. Sonar solution is 95%, which means it's solid. He is the Nate Wilkie. He is the solid citizen of Sonar Solutions. You make a fair point about the helicopters, actually. But I can't see any sonar buoys that have been deployed. So I can only assume that the helicopters for the moment are not in hunting mode, but are just screening for the fleet. Basically, hold patterns, hold formations, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. They don't appear to be deploying any sonar buoys. We'd see them on the map here. We're now at -2, so we're going to drop it down to a head 2/3.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
There we go, we just slowed down, massively improved our detection there, or basically got it to -5 from -1. So not too bad. We now need to increase our intercept course to bearing 170. Set course please, helm.
Come right to 170. Helm aye.
Continue on the intercept course. Let them do the hard work.
Con, helm, steady course.
Am I still doing the Murky Waters challenge? No, it proved to be a little bit, like, not counterintuitive, but
Con sonar regained contact
ultimately
on
pointless.
Sierra 1, bearing 145.
So looking at this, Quebec is more is Woody Allen. Tabs out to Google Woody Allen. For I know little of how the world works and who lives here. Woody Allen. Is he a director? It's going to take ages to load. Woody Allen, French film distributor. He is the most sensitive. Just sorry, his Google Images pictures are like. Yeah. Lovely. You really don't know Woody Allen? Never heard of him. It's a very interesting course they're taking. Am I serious? Look, I don't know this quote-unquote French. Hang on. Hayward Woody Allen is French. American filmmaker, writer, actor, and comedian. I've never seen him in any of those things. Born December 1st, 1935. Began his career as a comedy writer in the 1950s. I was born in 1997, for fuck's sake. He's a bit past my time. Is he still alive? Doesn't say he's dead yet. Aged 82. Oh, just some old guy, innit? What is that circle dot thing on the map? That is basically the target. Basically the target lead, if you like. Oh, they're making a very sharp turn. Have I been detected? We're soon to be in his baffles. I feel like I've been detected. We're in his baffles. Now is the time to shoot. This is it. He's lined his arse upon me. Firing point procedures on the bearing of Sierra 3. Bearing 138. Range to enable 14,900 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Likely the screening ships heard that. The game has just begun. Yep, we've had some response firings. Right, get ready to fire a spread. Let me just finish. Let me put down this piece of pizza. There are things that require more urgent attention. Okay, adjust the enable point of the weapon. Set it to there. Set it to active homing, snaking search shallow. Ready tubes 2 and 4. Active, snaking search. We're going to fire these as snapshots, or even firing point procedures. So, firing point procedures, bearing 150, range to enable 11,000 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
Lost the wire, aye. Firing point procedures, bearing 131, range to enable 13,000 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire, in fact we'll drop that back, 10,000 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire, tube 4.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Reload a Mark 48 in tube 2. Hold the weapons. They're firing a spread at us along our bearing. The weapons are searching deep. Let's change our course. Helm, bring us right, bearing 207.
Come right to 207. Helm aye.
The game is on. Here we go. Are you just reading aloud, or do voice commands work? I'm just reading aloud. If only there was a mod for that. I'd be all over it. So we've been counter-detected.
Con, helm, steady course.
The problem is, not that Quebec is 20, it's that he's never heard of Woody fucking Allen before. Who is Woody Allen? What has he done? Name one thing Woody Allen's done, other than have a Wikipedia page. It's going to upset a lot of people. Quebec, you sound like someone who is 30ish, who
Con, torpedo room.
replaced his vocal cords with liquid chocolate. Why do I sound 30? I don't know. What am I going to sound like when I am 30? This is the worrying thing. Woody Allen was born, exactly. There we go, look, they've fired a spread of weapons at us. Oh god. Did naughty things to a very young lady, allegedly. Morgan Freeman, question mark. Who actually knows? I'm gonna sound like I'm 40.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Blode, thank you very much, mate. Who did Carl Blode? Who did he blode? Mrs. Carl Blode. Oh, sorry, no, Carl Blode gifted to Mrs. Carl Blode. Lovely. Right, let's activate these weapons now and chase down the Moskva. Basically, the weapons run slightly faster when they're activated. I can't activate this one because it's already too late, but if I can at least hit the Moskva, we'll be in a good position. What I need to do is maintain the wires.
Yeah.
Knife Hunter, thank you very much, mate. Let's adjust the bearing of weapon 4, heading more south easterly. They're trying to scatter. Moskva, I'm not sure, might be pulling top speed. Difficult to say for sure. We've got 14 minutes of fuel. I think these weapons are going to catch him. The Mark 48 runs very quickly, so we should catch them no problem. What I want to do is hit the Moskva. I won't kill it in one shot, but I can at least cripple it. If I can hit it and disable it, the 2 escorting ships are going to come round and try and fight me. I can then sink the escorting ships and then kill the Moskva. A counterfire's missed. Which is good. There's the Cresta. Cresta's making like a bat out of hell. He's not pulling top speed. He's a head full, not a head flank. He's pulling 27 knots instead of his 34. So he's at least still trying to cover the Moskva as they escape. What's the top speed of the Moskva? 31. So they're not all pulling top speed yet. Weapon fuel left, 11 minutes. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Let's adjust weapon 1 to the last known bearing of the Moskva, which is there. Like I say, they're making like a bat out of hell, but my torpedoes are faster than their ships. Clearly the biggest threat out there is Sierra 4.
Weapon acquired.
Here we are. This is likely the Moskva. Okay, weapon 4 should find its mark very soon as well. Hopefully we can sink it in 2 hits. We know the crest. Here we go, Moskva. There we go. We're after him. We've found our mark. Perfect, and we have the wire. Hopefully this one will go active and find this cache in. That's the plan. So we're now tracking the Moskva. 10 minutes of fuel left, or 11 minutes near as damn it. He's in big trouble. Big trouble. So let's take a look at the Moskva up close, shall we? Here he is. Not an enormous ship, but pretty damn big and pretty damn important as a capital ship. Here are our weapons that are chasing him.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Sierra 1 classified as... Oh, it's a Krivak. Interesting. They're trying to run. This weapon's just gone active and is beginning its snaking search. Weapon 4 has just found the target as well. We're still tracking. He's making like a bat out of hell. Moskva is now pulling the full 31 knots, trying to open range to these torpedoes. But I still have 10 minutes of fuel remaining in the weapons. He can't drag this out for 10 minutes. The weapons are now about 1,000 yards. About 1,000? Less than that. Several hundred yards behind him now. They're closing. Beautiful. There we go. Right. Could you potentially outrun a Mark 48 with an Alpha class? An inactive Mark 48, maybe, because when you activate Mark 48s, they are obviously faster. In this case, no. I don't think we would be able to.
Fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
They're going countermeasure. That's fine. So they've fired some countermeasures. They're trying to confuse our weapons. That's fine. We've got
fire control, weapon acquired.
weapon acquired. You're not going to be able to outrun them forever, and God knows you're too big of a ship to avoid them. As soon as the Moskva takes a hit, his escorts are going to turn round. He's probably going to be able to fire another 2 or 3 decoys.
Con sonar, noisemaker,
There it
bearing
is.
118.
Getting closer all the time. We're zigzagging across his hull. He's trying to turn into the weapon. He's not manoeuvrable enough for this manoeuvre. Weapon
control,
1.
weapon acquired.
Weapon 1 is going to find him and hit him. Here we go. Will he get another decoy off in time? Probably yes, but then it's definitely going to hit him. There we go. Moskva is taking a hit. Krivak, here we go. Predictable. Cresta 2 is now slowing down. They now have to defend the ship because it's crippled and it can't outrun us. We've got a fire on board. Weapon 4, sorry, is about to find its mark. Here we go.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 119. Contact breaking up.
Contact is breaking up. So that one basically broke the backbone of the ship here.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Ah, here we go. Weapon weapon 2 here has found the Krevac, which is good. Let's reload Mark 48s in Tube 1 and Tube 4.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 149. Contact breaking up.
149. There we go. Excellent. Right. So he's in a lot of trouble. The Moskva here is now listing to port. No, it isn't. It's listing to starboard. I know what I'm talking about. What you're going to do is, I'm now going to rig ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
I'm going to let you watch the sinking Moskva, and I'm just going to go take this plate downstairs. Just be 2 minutes. Oh my fucking god, look at that. I'm not even speeding up the time. Jesus Christ. We've reached critical mass. Look at him fucking go. That's in real time? Are you, fucking excuse me? Right. So where's that Cresta? There's that Cresta. And there goes the Moskva. There we go. Right. Okay, so in comes the Cresta. We're going to have a nice juicy weapon lined up for him. So, how do we go about killing this guy? He's currently sailing through this fleet here, which isn't too bad. Let's just get ready to shoot at him. In fact, he's sailing into a fucking just absolute crazy amount of his own fucking weapons here. So this is pretty good. Right. Here we go. Decisions. I swear to God, what is it, Minoris? What everyone that I see is, everyone's from Quebec apparently. I don't know whether it's just the name that draws you in. It was better than Long Live Birmingham. The U-turn that the Cresta took looks like, didn't we have a ship behind us? Oh no, they know that ship's gone. Okay, let's now fire on the Cresta too. So, we'll go for active homing, sallow search. Okay. Firing point procedures on the bearing of 111, range to enable 9,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Aye, that's not great. When in doubt, you should always shoot short. That's why I shot a little bit short then, but I still think this is going to miss him. Yeah, this is probably going to miss him. Let's release ship from silent running, as he is nowhere near far close enough to us to detect us. That blue whale's getting the fuck out of here. Lex Russell? Is that Zeros with like two L's?
Torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
As like, you know, have people have like XX underscore. Is that your equivalent with the two L's? Zeros. Thanks very much, mate. Lovely. Here we go. Will this weapon run? This weapon's not going to hit him. It's going to fall short, or it's going to fire long even. So we're going to prepare another weapon. Here are there's only one helicopter up, interestingly. Curious, I would have thought they would have launched more. Okay, tube 1 is now loaded. Let's reload tubes... this one. What has he got? He's got, yeah, okay, he's got the 30mm CIWS guns, which means there's no point in shooting missiles at him. It's pretty much only what we've got here. These torpedoes, those are going to be the only things that hit him. I'm pretty convinced this isn't going to hit him. By the time this torpedo gets to its enable point, like here, he's going to be like over here.
Room, tube 4 ready.
So we're going to fire tube 4 at him. Firing point proceed. In fact, actually, is tube 4 on the right or the left? Left. So we want tube 1 even. So firing point procedures on the bearing of Sierra 2. Sorry. Range to enable 7,000 yards. Shift ready, tube ready. Fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Set weapon to shallow switch and set it to active homing. Let's now point the target.
Come left to 103. Helm aye.
Let's fold that away. Let's try and maintain the wire by pointing the target. So far, so good. I'm not convinced of this weapon's ability to hit the target. I just think it's going to fall long. I didn't expect to lose the wire. Otherwise, I would have been able to steer it in. So we've had to fire another weapon. That leaves our stores at 2 Mark 48s in the tube and 4 in storage, which isn't good, actually. It's not great. We're going to have to go back to port fairly soon.
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Ugh. I thought this was a quick stream, not a Sean Connery impression stream. Sean Connery homage stream, definitely. It wasn't even. Was that? I didn't know I was trying to be Sean Connery. Fair enough. Sean Connery. I've amused myself now. It's your fault, stream. I'm now going to amuse myself with occasional Sean Connery. I'm going to slip into Sean Connery every... sorry, that sounded phrasing. Kill it with the MOSS. I don't think they have warheads, the MOSSs. Maybe I could just, like... I don't know, maybe I could pull up alongside him and beat the captain to death with an MOSS. Maybe that would work.
Con, helm, steady course.
You a T-Lam. Goog. Sorry, someone's excited. Right, okay. Here we go. He's turning. He's detected the incoming weapon and he like, shit, man! What's he going to do? Is he going to fire torpedoes at me? No, he's just tucking tail. He's like, run, man! Run! Okay, well, somehow that has made him even easier or even harder to detect. Right, let's activate this weapon and let's get it just steered in on him. There we go. There we go, it's running shallow and it's now running much faster. See the difference? No, can't even see the difference. I wonder. I do wonder. Curious, that change in course might have just saved our bacon there, and it wasn't even worth firing the extra weapon. Better safe than sorry. Still on a snaking search. Maybe he'll find him, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here? This crazy world. change the weapon, the course of this weapon to like here. See what goes on. No, looks like weapon 2, I think that was, looks like it missed. So now weapon 1 is going to track the target. Why has he fired a torpedo up there? Oh, no, weapon 1's found its mark. We could go after the blue whale. No, I don't. I mean, we could. Could you torpedo a whale? If it gets there, it gets there. All right. If we can intercept the blue whale with the torpedo, then fine. But I don't think we've got enough fuel. Oh dear, yeah. This is going to be a...
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 097.
This should kill this ship in one hit. It's going to take it a little while because it's going to be zigzagging all over the place, but yeah. How about an underwater boarding maneuver? You know what? If you can give me the plans, or if you can draw up some technical documents for it, I'll do it. Right, why is he coming like head on at the weapon? This is not good torpedo evasion, friend. This is not how you evade the torpedo. This is not. What is he doing? He's basically just reduced.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Oh well, at least he got a noisemaker off. It's not helped. Oh, weapon 1's got sucked up on the wrong target. Let's snap it off.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra
There we
2,
go.
last bearing 093. Contact breaking up.
Ah, no, it's just going to keep tracking the... I don't think the game doesn't want us to sink the blue whale. I think that was the Crester's last act of defiance. Was he like running right at us then? I think he was. Where are we in the ocean blue? I'm pretty sure he was running right at us. Scary stuff. Right, 10 minutes of fuel. I'm just going to speed up game time. How deep is the whale? It doesn't tell me how deep the contact is. Looks like he's below the thermal layer, so he's deep. Okay, let's change the weapon homing to deep. There we go, we'll keep it on the level. I think we've got plenty of fuel. I think some of you get the death wish. If it's any consolation for you as well, this is likely deafening the whale. There he is. Contact. Target acquired. Ugh, my knee. There we go. There we go. The poor thing. I know. What else are we going to do with the taxpayers' money? Greenpeace gonna be angry. I'm gonna be very annoyed. Demonetized. Exactly. This VOD will only be available in China. There we go. Stop. One day the whales will torpedo you. Chum, the seas. Oh, yeah, Japan as well. Japan too. Wow, sorry, that's not a French. No, because I can't do one. You're about to see the world's tiniest whale as well. That weapon, this torpedo isn't actually. This thing isn't miles away. We're actually right on top of it. That's how big it is. It's like a fucking shoe in the ocean. It's genuinely that big. You're gonna see how big the torpedo is in relation to it. We're actually right next to it, believe it or not. The scale of this. The game doesn't expect you to shoot torpedoes at the wildlife. We're right next to it, believe it or not. Like, we're right behind it. Torpedo for scale. Look how big it is. It's barely bigger than the torpedo.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4. Last bearing 084. Contact faded.
Beautiful. Cool. Right. Okay. Reload. And I think that's all contacts dealt with. That would be right. More importantly, the whale. Brilliant. Mission success. Poof. It's gone. Lost contact. I know. Now there's a... Yep. An explosion just before it. XO reports. We have no contact. Ready to leave the area. No vessels. No weapons. No aircraft. And no flooding. Your orders, sir. Abandon ship. Leave combat. Okay, sub after action report. Enemies engaged. 1 times Krivak, 1 times Cresta 2, and 1 times Moskva. All sunk. Weapons remaining are 6 Mark 48 torpedoes and everything else. There is no system damage. Perfect. Can I click on this? There, thank you. Right. Excellent job, Commander. Your neutralization of this high priority target will severely reduce the enemy's ability to hinder transatlantic convoys. Sinsland, I'm guessing I'm pronouncing that. Sinsland sends regards to you and your crew. Further orders to be transmitted on this down link. We also get a muddle. Here we go. The Secretary of the Navy expresses his heartfelt congratulations and takes great pleasure in awarding the Bronze Star Medal to Commander Quebec, Commanding Officer of the USS Slob, SSN 639. Commander Quebec is cited for extraordinary heroism in action against enemies of the United States of America on the 27th of November 1984. His unwavering resolve and self-sacrificing devotion to duty in the face of death are worthy of the highest emulation. There we go. Lovely. Convoys arrive. 27th of November 1984. Convoys from North America continue to ferry goods into Western Europe with minimal losses. This has been attributed to efficient cooperation amongst NATO naval forces. The convoy system worked in World War I and World War II, and it still works today, a spokesman for the NATO Naval Operations said. Meanwhile, in Western Europe, food and material shortages have failed to materialise in the unoccupied territories. Authorities urge citizens not to make runs on the banks, but instead show restraint, so that the financial system can remain functional despite the ongoing conflict. It's good advice. Lovely. Well, no downtime, we just get thrown back into it like a dog toy. Tactical situation. Intelligence has discerned a pattern to movements of enemy at-sea replenishment tankers and tenders. A small enemy force, including 1 or 2 of these ships, is expected to sail from Arkhangelsk momentarily for a rendezvous near the Greenland Sea. You are ordered to find and sink this group before it completes replenishment of enemy forces. You may also get a chance at the enemy submarines this group intends to support, but the tenders and tankers are the mission target. Primary objective, locate and sink the enemy replenishment tankers and tenders, which are cargo ships. Secondary objective, locate and sink any nearby submarines if possible. Avoid detection from ASW patrols, and we are warning yellow. Weapons free on designated targets only. Maintain radio silence until otherwise directed. Okay, we can just move on, I guess. So they're sailing from Archangelsk to the Greenland Sea. We want to try and catch them in the Greenland Sea or very close to it. They're going to be very close to the Sosus line, actually, which is a bit tricky. Sinklant, sorry. Is Sinklant, it means Commander-in-Chief Atlantic. Thank you very much, God and Country. So Sinklant, and I'll probably have to write that down somewhere. We need a Quebec jargon book that I can flip through. Right. Mabuk. Nuclear submarine, $2 billion. Mark 48, $300,000. Shooting a whale, priceless. Lovely. Yeah, no mention of the whale in the after-action report. I think we should have put it down in the after-action report. Right, so we need to get up to the Greenland Sea, very far north. Lots of enemy ASW patrols operating in the Norwegian Sea. We're going to try and just cut through the middle. Oh no, we've bumped into one. There we go. Captain, we have new sonar contact bearing 9. Designate Sierra 1. XO reports our depth is 600 feet. Heading 18. Our speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are overcast with light air, and there is a weak thermal layer. All hands to battle stations. Rig ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, we're missing the torpedo tube in Tube 1, but that isn't too bad. We have no sonar contacts. We need to slow down.
Con, sonar, new contact bearing 009. Designated Sierra 1.
Sierra 1. Okay, we're slowing down. Let's begin.
Con, sonar, new
TMA.
contact bearing 333. Designated Sierra 2. Con, sonar, new contact bearing 035. Designated Sierra 3.
Okay, looks like 2 submarines and a distant merchant ship, I would guess. In fact, this could be the merchant ship. That looks like a merchant ship to me. Let's flick through civilian shipping. There it is, Andazan.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
That's not right. There should not be an Andazan here.
Con, sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Yeah, there we go. An Andazan, that didn't make any sense having an Andazan there. The Foxtrot's definitely right though. Okay. Let's check this other one. Is this another submarine or is it just one submarine we bumped into? I'd wager it's another submarine. Although I've been wrong before. It's not a surface ship. Let me just check submarine contacts again. No, definitely doesn't match. Let's check civilian shipping. No, not quite.
Con, sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Merchant, communist. Interesting. These could actually be the ships we're after, but I doubt it. It could just be another replenishment fleet. Let's sink this Foxtrot in good time and then we'll screen the surface ships by coming up to the surface. Right, let's focus on the one we know that is hostile. It is a Foxtrot class submarine. Let's check its capabilities. He's making 12 knots. Okay. Making 12 knots. He's a quiet submarine. 15 knot top speed. He's got set 65 torpedoes and nothing else. Trout cheek, medium frequency. Let's take a look. We are just undetected. Okay, helm. Bring us left, bearing 314.
Come left to 314. Helm aye.
Prepare to fire a torpedo from tube 4. We're going to have to brush past him and fire from his baffles, as we're too close to really have effective torpedo evasion. Terranador, thank you very much for the many bits. The many 1 bits. Thank you very much, mate. You should report the whale as a Soviet sub, or the Temptation. Better dead than red. Which submarine games would you recommend? None of them are out yet. Oh shit, high frequency active. Okay, if he goes active, he can detect us now. We're close enough. Okay, 5,000 yards. Okay. Okay, maneuvering. Bring us down to 3 knots, 2 knots, 3 knots.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
If he goes active, then we're detected. while he's passive like this, we're quiet.
3 knots.
If he goes active, then we're in trouble. But if he doesn't, then we're okay. Q, you missed a sub. Dun, 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 dun. Scrolling up. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Still ignores my sub. Dale! Holy shit, when did you sub? Moobot didn't catch it. Oh, there it was. Okay, yeah. I'm a professional streamer. Thanks very much, Dale. Those are both going that way. So, supposedly civilian shipping, but I'm not convinced. We'll, as I say, we'll screen them after we've dealt with this Foxtrot. Looks like it's just the one, but you can never be too sure. Background conditions are only 78 decibels, though, which is actually pretty quiet. How you doing, Verict? Verict here is our resident in-house Russian. He's actually from the other side of the Iron Curtain. Feel free to ask him any question. He's pretty military savvy. Feel free to shoot. His name is Wolf Verict. Yeah, his name's Verict. Feel free to ask him. There is no civilian communist, you say? Interesting. You are right. Only merchant ships. Well, I've designated it as a communist, so it's one of those. Feel free to shoot him, yeah. Out of context, feel free to shoot him. Oh shit. Hello? Has he detected us? He's just slowed down. So he's just detected us. Interesting. He's turning away. Okay. We're now detected. So he doesn't know who we are yet, but knows that there is another contact in the water with him, hence why he's now slowed down to 5 knots. Very interesting, okay. He's slowly turning away. Right, give me 5... Oh, fuck no.
Make turns for...
I hit the wrong key.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
Okay. Bring us right, bearing 334.
Come right to 334. Helm I.
Here we go. If it's above -20, assume you're detected. Not true. Unless it is true. I always thought being above 0 meant you were detected. I'm pretty sure -20 means pretty much that you're not detected. There we go.
Con,
It's turning in on us.
steady course.
Right. Get ready for this. This is going to be fucking... This is going to be close. Right. Let's point him. No, let's actually stay on this course and then we'll point him. Okay. Firing point procedures. Yep, we're going to have to just snapshot him. Firing point procedures on the bearing of Sierra 1, 050. Range to enable 2,600 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube 4.
Shoot tube
Weapons
4.
away.
Aye,
Ahead
sir.
flank.
Con, sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 1.
Point the target. Full speed. Dive. Take us down. Take us down to
Con, sonar. Launch transient
1,100
from
feet.
Sierra 1.
Emergency dive. Take us
Passing
full down.
600
Full
feet.
down.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Emergency dive. Point the
Con,
torpedoes.
sonar. Lost contact.
Passing 700 feet.
We'll get under them.
Passing 800 feet. Passing 900 feet.
Here we go.
Passing 1,000 feet.
Begin to surface or level off.
Passing 1,100 feet.
Give me 10 degrees positive pressure on the ballast tanks.
Passing 1,200 feet.
There we go. Level off at 1,200
Depth
feet.
1200 feet. Dive by.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 343. Contact faded.
Reload
Con
tube 1
sonar,
and tube 4.
noisemaker bearing 054.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Okay. Slow us down. Head 1/3, 5
Making
knots.
turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Slow us back down. Let's creep. He's going fast. Well, he's going as fast as he can anyway. He's still trying to maneuver.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 342.
Just avoided those weapons. Fucking hell, that activated right on top of us. Holy shit. Close maneuver.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
He's got a very good screen here. Hopefully.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 062.
He's doing well. I'm hoping this torpedo will break through this screen of decoys. He's got a very good screen of decoys set up. Come on.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
He's coming back this way. Has he thrown the torpedo?
Con sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing
You
0
sneaky
5
bastard.
6.
Right, fire MOSS on the bearing of the Foxtrot. Fire now, fire now.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
He got our own weapon back at us. Right, we're going to have to bring our depth up. Come up to 500 feet, please dive.
Make depth 500 feet. Dive by.
Bring us ahead 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Fire another snapshot at the bearing of the Foxtrot. Let it go now. Snapshot
Con
bearing
maneuvering,
076.
making turns for 10 knots.
There we go.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Right. Dump a decoy. Turn in on the weapon. Try and get behind it. Give me a head flank. 25
Make
knots.
turns for 2-5
Hold
knots.
current depth.
Maneuvering eye.
Turn in on the weapon. Full speed. Activate
Con,
the
fire
weapon.
control, weapon acquired.
Set it to active homing. Keep turning in on the weapon. We need to get our speed up.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 056. Contact faded. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 088. Contact is in the baffles.
Hopefully it goes for
Con,
that MOSS.
fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Should go for the MOSS. There we go. It's now tracking the MOSS. What we need to do now is raise our depth and rapidly bring us up to
Con
300
sonar,
feet.
Make depth 300 feet. Dive by.
We need to get up quickly. Positive pressure on the tanks, maximum planes at 12 degrees. We've got to get above our own torpedo search cone, which is going to be difficult because we make really... that NATO
Con
made some...
sonar lost
There
contact.
we go.
Sierra 1, last bearing 086. Contact breaking up.
There we go. We sank him. Perfect. Ah, he's going up.
Con sonar lost contact.
Who's he
Sierra
chasing?
2, con sonar. We are cavitating.
We are cavitating. Bring us to
Ring
a
shift
right
rules required.
silent running. Reload MOSS
Con
in tube
sonar.
2.
No longer cavitating.
Our torpedoes got sucked up on the corpse of the Foxtrot. We basically just ponged,
Con
ping
sonar
ponged our way
regained
back.
Contact on Sierra 2, bearing 351.
Our torpedo's actually probably going to come back at us at this rate. Don't come back at us, don't come back at us, don't come back at us, don't
Con sonar
come back at us.
maneuvering, making turns for
Don't come back at us.
5 knots.
Don't come back at us. Don't come back at us. Don't come back at us. Don't come back. Do not come back. Okay, it's ping pong in between those two targets. We're just going to slink away. Ping pong in between the MOSS and not the MOSS. Technical term. Right, bring us right bearing 277, please. Helm.
Come right to 277. Helm aye.
Look how fast that submarine's got some fucking sink on it now. It's going down. Hopefully this torpedo will track it instead of me. Don't detect me.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Okay, he just surpassed crush depth. He's vanished. Which means the torpedo's going to try and go down and find him. Not too deep, I hope. Interesting. It detected something before it sank, so it's going in a circular search downwards. How deep is this torpedo? Difficult to say, really. There's the MOSS. This torpedo is now doing a circular search deep, and we are shallow.
Con, helm, steady course.
Right. Let's surface.
Make depth 4-5 feet, dive high.
With him down here, let's change our course. Course 333, please, Helm.
Come right to 333. Helm aye.
I want to raise the radar mast and figure out who we're sharing this ocean with. There's another target, miles and miles and miles away, a communist, 64,000 yards.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Yeah, we're well above that search cone. Okay, he's tracking the MOSS again. It's not too bad. We're a healthy distance away from him now, which is good. Perfect. Why wouldn't the Mark 48 lock on the MOSS and hit it, though? It's because it doesn't technically find the target. It hears the target and it tracks the target, but there's nothing for it to hit. The MOSS is tiny in comparison. You can see the difference. It's like a pencil
Con,
and
helm,
a log.
steady course.
ASMR session. Oh yes. Right. Okay, so we're now up to where we need to be. Raise
the radar mast.
Radar mast. Let's see who we're sharing the ocean with. There you go, a communist. Master 3. So who are you? Definitely civilian shipping. Polish flag. We're only weapons yellow, which means we can't engage civilian shipping like this. Is this a communist though?
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive high.
This is civilian. This is not. It's Polish. Is that Polish? The Polish Navy? And then what's this? Hammer and sickle. It's Polish as well. It's civilian shipping from the looks of things, but it is hostile civilian shipping. It's Russian civilian shipping, not military targets. I'm confused. Do we shoot like fishing vessels? Is that what we are now? Do we shoot fishing vessels? Does have the hammer and sickle on. Kill all ships. We're only well, to be fair, I don't know. Why would communist shipping be this far? Why would communist shipping be this far in friendly territory? Because they're in our water at the moment. Shoot the fish, shoot the fishing vessel, shoot everything. It could relay our position to the enemy. Not that, you Haven. Logically speaking, as long as you cannot consider someone friendly, he's the enemy. I suppose, but they're not military targets. What's the... I wasn't told... I don't know what the ROE is for fishing vessels. Are these guys technically military targets then? I know they're Polish fishing ships, but at the same time, they're... I don't know. They're not military targets. They're just civilian shipping. Goods and things like that. Not that I haven't intentionally shot a fishing ship. They could be spies. If they were spies, they wouldn't be flying the bloody the Polish flag. It's red on radar, shoot. But this one isn't red on radar. The trawler's not red on radar. I could mark this one. I mean, this is definitely a fishing boat. Like, and the game doesn't seem to think that the fishing boats are hostile. Let me see if I can't do a better TMA leg on this guy. It's not an Andazan because this one doesn't line up. It's 100% a trawler.
Con sonar, Master 2 is classified as merchant.
What about this? Is there any civilian shipping that matches that of... Is there any... It's not that. 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 It's definitely a communist. I wonder, right? Because the communist is a... Here we go. Right, because the communist is the only one that matches it,
Con sonar,
we're going to...
Master
Even
3
though they're
is
both
classified
Polish
as
ships,
merchant.
right? Even though they're both Polish ships, this one, this guy here... Although that doesn't match, actually. Look at this. It doesn't match. The masts are right, and this is right. That's right, that's right. But the things that it carries isn't. It says there should be stuff on the deck. Like, that looks like a truck. That looks like a truck. And there should be some sort of crane back here. There is no crane. We're going to do a better job of IDing this. I don't want to shoot the wrong ship. Let me see if I can find some civilian shipping with a similar setup. No. 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 Maybe. No. There's just no civilian shipping that matches. This has to be a communist. Don't destroy the entire fleet. False flag, fucking sink. Okay. It is considered a hostile target. Why am I suddenly torn on the morals of shooting at like a civilian ship? Normally I don't bother, but this is genuinely... It doesn't 100% match that of a communist. It's not flying the flag of the Russian Navy, and it is not part of any kind of merchant fleet. It's literally just a cargo ship, and yet it's marked as hostile. Don't waste torp, hit it with a T-lamp. It supports the Russians, kill it. I'm going to hit it with a missile. I'm going to wait for inclement, there we go. Right, we're going to load a UGM in tube 4 and we're going to hit it with that. Might need 2. It is a Polish Navy vessel, but yeah, in that case, if we were just sinking stuff from the Polish Navy, we'd sink that fishing boat. But the fishing boat is marked as friendly, whereas the communist isn't. The flag at the back of the alleged communist is the flag of the Polish Navy, I believe. Send it a strongly worded wall of text. I know. Right, we're not going to sink the fishing trawler. We're not going to sink the fishing trawler. The fish.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
But because this is blatantly not military, this is blatantly not a military target. Blatantly. This, however, could be, and according to the setup, this ship should be considered hostile, even though it's not. It doesn't have the right stuff on the deck. This just makes me think that it's maybe it is a communist classed ship, but it's not a hostile one. Why would it be sailing through friendly waters like this? What do the rules of engagement say on such matters? Can you just emerge next to them with flanks pointed at them and just ask about their plans? Could do. Fishing boat could be a spy ship. You never know. It's true. But that's the point. You never know. I'm having an argument with a morally torn decision between sinking these guys and not. Poland is occupied in this game. It's true. But that doesn't mean I should... just because Poland's occupied doesn't mean that I should sink every piece of fucking Polish civilian shipping. What if the cargo ship is... We've got people torn. When in doubt, C4. Yes. Might be hauling grain, for all you know. What are the orders? Visualise the cargo ship as a whale, hear the whale song. Just sink the ship. This is turning into the 80 years away. Execute Order 66. Poland is not occupied, it's a communist nation and you are at war with them. We are at war with the Warsaw Pact, not Russia. We're at war with the Warsaw Pact. But then by that sense I should sink the fishing... Okay, fuck it. We're going to make this very simple. The fishing trawler is green and the communist is red. We're going to launch a missile at the communist. Okay, firing point procedures on the bearing of Master 3. Bearing 073. Range to enable 28,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 4.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
I think I just flicked my mouse at the end there, so this might miss. Hopefully not, but it might. There we go. There he is on the horizon. Did I flick my mouse? I don't think I did. Oh, no, maybe I did. I don't know. I don't think I did. Hopefully not. It's like a Thunderbird sound effect. Hopefully this will just snap to the target. It should do very shortly. There it is. It's now tracking. Oh no, it's come up short. Has it come up short? No, it's just finding its mark. Oh shit. We've hit it. We've hit it badly. Right, it's coming down to 6 knots. It's listing starboard. It's not considered dead yet. It hasn't taken off. Hasn't taken on enough water. At this point, I'd probably be abandoning ship. Dropping dem lifeboats. Looks like it went in one side and out the other. Yeah, big hole there. Below the waterline as well, remarkably. Looks like they have things in place to contain flooding, so we're going to have to load a second UGM as the range is just miles for a torpedo. So we're going to have to hit it again. Great. They're not really. There's a very slight list to starboard. They're all stop. They are all stop. There we go. They've got a big fire that they've got to deal with there. Let's see if the fishing trawler can see. The fishing trawler has no idea of the horrors on the horizon. Surface and gun down the escape rafts. It's a fucking... It's a merchant ship. Oh my god. Yeah, that random guy on the balcony, just chilling. Two of them, actually. Both having a great time. Yeah, if I was them, I'd be deploying lifeboats. I wouldn't say that list to port is getting any more serious. Looks like they've contained the flooding.
Tube 4 ready.
Tube 4 ready. Stream, do we fire another one? Do we just leave the civilian ship crippled and hope that it sinks in due time? Or do we fire another missile? Do you know, why would I even ask? Of course you're going to want to fire another missile. Of course you're going to want to... Why? Why did I even ask? There's not a single no. In fact, the only no that we got was from SWAT, and it says no witnesses. Well, sell out stream, let's do it. Okay, firing point procedures on the bearing of Master 3. That's right, change that slightly. Bearing 074, range to enable 3,000 or 30,000 yards even. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 4.
Con sonar
Whoa.
lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 074. Contact breaking up.
Well, whoops. Literally, it heard me reading it out, and they just hit self-destruct. Well, well. I wonder if it will get there before it sinks. They hit the self-destruct button. Oh my god! Look, a white speck on the horizon. Now the trawler. We're leaving the trawler. That's considered a green target. We're not fighting any civilian targets like that. Merchant shipping, fair enough. But we're not sinking fishing trawlers. Fire tube, lol, no. Yeah, basically. Will it get there before it sinks? How much time's he got? Well, shit. Just a burning puddle is all that's left. Okay, fine. Well, how deep is the water here? Oh dear, it's more than 3,000 feet. He's got a long way to the... God, look at how fast he's fucking sinking. Oh my god. He's gone. He just crushed. He's out of there. Holy shit. Right. Anticlimactic. What a waste, I know. God damn, why did we ever shoot a second one? 1.2 million wasted. At least the fire's out. Let's have a look.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Thank you. Well, there was never any evidence of there ever being a cargo ship. No. You've had your fun. Leave combat. There we go. 1 times Foxtrot sunk. Again, no mention of the other stuff. This was not your mission objective. We've got to get to the north. Intercept this fleet in the Greenland Sea. There we go. Sank some civilian shipping. Hopefully they had enough time to get out. Oh, close. Where's the fleet? Where's the fleet? I'm in the Greenland Sea. I'm waiting, friend. I want to avoid this patrol. Where are they? I didn't spend that long at sea. Here it is. Here's my contact. Here we go. Intercepted. Right, Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 120, designates Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is 150 feet, heading 182. Speed is 10 knots. Local conditions are scattered. Slight breeze, strong surface duct, and thermal layer at 131 feet. That's going to be helpful. All hands to battle stations.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for silent running. Close contact unknown. Let's begin our TMA process, or identification process.
New contact bearing 105. Designated Sierra 2.
So Sierra 1, let's check for warships.
Con sonar new contact bearing 084. Designated Sierra 3.
Okay, a Don.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
The Don has deck guns, B-34 deck guns, so surfacing isn't recommended. It also has radar. 9,000 tons, pretty juicy target. Right, let's check out the next one. There's 4 Sierras, so let's start totting them up. God, I've got too many friends on my friends list on Steam. It just blocks everything. Right, they are supporting submarines as well, so let's not rule out submarines as an additional target. Let's check civilian merchant or merchant shipping. No. No, that's just trawlers. Let's check warships. Doesn't match really any known civilian shipping. Let's also check submarines. Oh, it looks like we've got a submarine of some description here. It's in the right sort of neck of the woods. No, Victor. Oh no. Is that a Victor 2? Victor 2, SSN.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, let's check surface contacts again. Civilian shipping. Does not match. Oh, surface warships maybe. It's in the right sort of bracket. Cannon.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Very difficult contact to detect here. Grisha, perhaps. Yeah, Grisha.
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
So, we have 3 surface ships and a submarine. Let's check if that submarine contact is correct. There we go. Sonar places him at 250 feet, which there's no ships that can sail at 250 feet, so he has to be a submarine. Go full stop and shoot. No, they're actually pointing me. I want to get deep. How deep can we go? Deep and deep and deep. Right, dive. Take us down 1,200 feet. I need to get under them, if nothing else.
Make depth 1,200 feet. Dive high.
The thermal layer is going to help me here, but it's not going to help me against this Victor because he's already below it, which means I need to avoid the Victor. I need to get deep under the water and fast. Fast and quiet. I need to descend to the briny depths. Wait for them to pass and spring up behind them. Exactly right. I bet Moses could ship at 250 feet. I bet he could. Okay, Verict, sitrep for you. We've just encountered a tenders and tankers fleet. We've got a Don class cargo ship packed with a radar and deck guns. We've also got 2 anti-submarine warfare ships, Cannon and Grisha. We've also got a Victor 2 SSN in the water with us, which is nice. We're going to go right down. We're going to go helm, bring us left, bearing 127.
Come left to 127. Helm aye.
We're going to be passing under the cannon, so it's the cannon that we've got to make sure we go under quietly and carefully. And here comes the trick to it. Helm, bring us down to 2 knots. We've just got to slip silently
Make
underneath
turns
them.
for 2 knots. Maneuvering aye.
That was ice. Arctic pack ice up here. Interesting. The Victor is sinking. Shit.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 2 knots.
Who just pinged? Who just pinged? Who just pinged? Shit. I just misidentified someone. Oh shit, hang on. No. Okay, I'm fucking this up. Victor. I'm now being pinged by the cannon. Okay, we've been made. We're going to fire a screen. Okay, surface firing. Here we go. So we've been detected. Firing point procedures. We're just going to saturate the fleet here. Fire 2 weapons. Weapons 2 and 4. Firing point procedures. Bearing 070. Range to enable 3,300 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube 2.
Shoot, 2-2. Aye, sir.
Snapshot on the bearing of 087. Range to enable... Oh, sorry, 087. Range to
Steady
enable
course.
2,000 yards. Fire tube 4.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Aye. Set to
Con
active
sonar.
homing.
Launch transient from Sierra Bore.
Active homing. Fire weapon 1. Firing point procedures on the bearing of Sierra 1. Bearing 077. Range to enable 4,800 yards. Ship ready. Tube ready. Fire tube 1.
Shoot, 2-1. Aye, sir.
Set to shallow search. Activate homing on
Con
weapon
sonar.
2.
Launch transient from Sierra Bore.
There we go. Right, reload. Torpedo in. Tube 4. We've got weapons coming in fast. Are they coming shallow or deep? Difficult to say. We've got surface contacts there.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired. Unknown if shallow or deep weapon launch. Halting at 1,200 feet. Bring it up to a head flank or a head 5 knots, please.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
This weapon's likely going to find the cache in. Let's turn this weapon in on the Grisha. Are these shallow or deep? Mid, and mid. We're there. Okay, right. Whippers. Oh shit. This is bad. Right, point the
Come left
torpedoes
to
ahead flank.
0. Make turns for
Emergency
2,
speed. We
5
gotta go
knots.
now.
Maneuvering aye.
Con, dive at 1200 feet. Dive high.
Adjust weapon 1 for the bearing of the Don. There we go. Fire that at the Don. Change that weapon heading.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
They're coming right for us.
Con, helm, steady course.
All ahead flank. Point the torpedoes. Oh no, they've gone active. Right. Emergency drive. Yeah, we got
Passing
to
1,200
raise
feet.
right now. 30 degrees left rudder. We got to get shallow and we got to
Passing
get shallow
1,100
fast.
feet. Passing 1,000 feet.
I've got
Passing
manual control of
900
the
feet.
submarine here.
Passing 800 feet.
We're at emergency raise, just short
Passing
of blowing the
700
tanks.
feet.
Contact is in the baffles.
Passing 600 feet. Passing 500 feet.
Con, sonar, lost contact.
Passing 400 feet.
Right, do
Con,
not
sonar,
breach.
we are cavitating.
Give me
Passing
full drop on
300
the
feet.
planes. 30
Con,
degrees
sonar,
right rudder.
regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 06.
Passing 200
We
feet.
should be nestled just below this, that's
Con,
fine.
sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 105.
Right, we should be in the dead zone or the dark zone or wherever it is. Right here. Stay on this course. Try and get over the
Con,
weapons.
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 2,
Weapon is
5
tracking a
knots.
target. Weapon's tracking target. Unknown. We're going over this weapon here. Shit, it's
Con,
going
sonar,
shallow.
torpedo in the water.
Torpedo in the water.
Bearing
Right.
1.
Emergency
1.
dive. Take us down. Dump a decoy, turn us in on the weapon. 30
Passing
degrees right
200
rudder.
feet. Passing 300 feet. Passing.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Passing 500 feet. Passing 600 feet.
Con sonar lost.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 800 feet. Passing 900 feet. Passing 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, aye.
Passing 1,100 feet.
1,100 feet, level up. Full rise on the
Passing
planes.
1,200 feet.
1,200 feet, aye. Full rise on the planes. Level us off. Bring us down to a head 1/3, please, helm. Or
Make
maneuvering,
turns
sorry.
for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Maneuvering eye. That Don is GTFOing. Right. The Don's the target. I need to hope this one just hits home. Right, all stop.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering eye. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 114.
Put the Eurobeat on, it gives you an extra 100 horsepower. Okay, I'm at all stop. I'm below the torpedo search cone, but that is all. Okay, they're firing snapshots back at me. Cannon has launched another weapon. It's going
Con
surface.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 115. Contact breaking up.
A final defiant run. Here we go. Right, this torpedo is now tracking. The Don is making a run for the pack ice. The Grisha is being tracked by this torpedo here. Let's see how he does. He's now pointing the torpedo. The Victor 2 is the only one that's not attacking us at the moment, but he's already fired a spread of weapons right at us. There we go, you see. All part of the dangerous game that we play. We've just got to stay below it. Hold this depth. Give me a
Back
tickle.
emergency. Maneuvering eye.
Give me a tickle back. There we go.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Stand by. Grisha 3 is breaking up. Okay, warships have been destroyed. Final target is the Don. That is currently being tracked. Reload A. Okay, I've got no more Mark 48s. I've only got UGMs. I've got a single Mark 4. I have to sink this Victor with my Mark 48. I've got none left. Holy shit. This Mark 48 that I have has to kill the Victor 2. There's no alternative. Alright, Ultimate. See you later, man. Go on, son. It's right on him.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1,
There we
last
go.
bearing 087. Contact breaking up.
Surface fleet has been engaged and destroyed. It had deck guns. This is our man, alright. Let's have a look at the Don. Here he is. Don, does it match? Yep. Yes, kind of. We've destroyed that top bit there. It's got the deck guns on the rear. 9,000 tons, very noisy. Counts as merchant shipping, despite looking to be like a kind of light destroyer of sorts.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
And here comes the final show of the day. I can't really shoot with this torpedo above me. Hopefully it's going to run out of puff soon. Right. Firing point procedures on the bearing of Victor 2. Victor 2 is currently making 8 knots, so he's trying to track us. Is he at the same depth? No, he's shallow. No, he's sinking. He's sinking out to us. Right, firing point procedures. Bearing 020. Range to enable 6,200 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, for the love of God. Don't miss. Fire tube 4.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
If he launches other weapons, we're in trouble. There's that other torpedo, just circling overhead. We're dead in the water, which means we're difficult to detect. I'm hoping that Victor 2 is having trouble classifying where we are. He's sinking down to our depth, though. He's slowly learning. Brilliant. I can't really avoid it because he's going to track me if I try and nurse. Yeah, if I try and leave now with the Victor 2 tracking me like this, he's just going to shoot me in the back as I try to run. So I need to hide here. Okay, right. Silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for silent running. Bring us ahead.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Bring us ahead 5 knots, 1/3. Activate the weapon. It's going active homing.
Maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
That's going to speed the weapon up. This is what it's all about. Okay, helm, bring us just... Oh shit, how deep is that weapon running here? Okay, this is on surface search. Okay, that's fine because we're at 1,200 feet. This isn't going to come anywhere near us. Right, the weapon's now rushing him. Somewhere out in front of us. Water's slightly too murky. But he's out there. He's turning, you see. He knows his goose is cooked. Yes, Victor, we got a weapon coming right for you. See, now, he hasn't fired a spread of weapons at us just yet because he probably thinks, bear in mind, that the torpedo just exploded and he now can no longer detect us, hence this. So he may think that we're destroyed now and that we just fired a torpedo in vengeance, hence why he hasn't fired a spread back at us. Instead, all we're doing is we're hunting his ass down and we're going to kill him. What speed do torpedoes travel? I think the Mark 48 travels at 50 knots or 60 knots, or one of the two. Make whale sounds. Oh, no. The Victor's raising. Copy that, stand by. Victor's trying to get up. Yep, he's trying to get above his escape velocity. Let's surface with him. There we go, tracking the target. Or at least we're flying by wire. We know roughly where he is. Here we go. He's come up to the surface. He's somewhere ahead of us. Target solution is improving. Range to the target. Ding, 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 ding. There he is. He's cavitating. He's come up to surface. It looks like he's getting ready to be hit. Let's go surface search. Just skirting the layer. Is he going to breach? Is he actually going to go full surface, or is he going to level off? No, he's leveling off just below the surface. Victor 2. Nuclear attack submarine. We've got plenty of fuel left. He ain't coming. He ain't leaving. Like his ticket is punched. So you happen to be going at speed and just in the right direction to be on a collision course, or with the Victor. Yeah. Lovely. Mark 48 is 55 knots. Good to know. Yeah, we're absolutely bum rushing this guy here. He's nearly within the acquisition cone. He's sinking again. He's trying to get below the weapon. Not having it, sunshine. I'm steering this one. You ain't getting away. Strange. The torpedo isn't sinking out on its own. Let me take manual control and sink it. There we go. I wonder if it's to do with it being around the thermal layer. It's alright. I can fly it by wire, Sonny Jim, don't you worry.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired. He does not have any decoys to fire. He only has set 65 torpedoes. Torpedo struggling to get a target solution on him this deep. You can see the sort of the active warhead is kind of freaking out. Can't decide whether it detects him or not. Lovely. Were you in the PMC clan before joining ZF? Yes. Although to call it a clan, not really. I guess it was. We were just a group of mates. Like it was we didn't have a forum. You know what I mean? Like we were just a group of people that liked horsing around.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 1.
Oh my
8.
god. He's really
Con,
trying to
fire
confuse this
control,
weapon.
Weapon countermeasure homing.
Wait, look at all the countermeasure. Fucking Jesus. This is our last Mark 48. Please don't fuck up, otherwise he wins and we have to run. This has to kill him. Look at the stores. Look at the weapon stores. I have no Mark 48s left, and I've only got 2 UGMs. The last 4 things that I have, the Tomahawks, are land attack missiles. They're no good against ships, unless I direct hit them. Watched an old DayZ vid with your unique voice and came up as you made Womble your bitch. Lovely. Thanks very much. There we go. We're tracking the target. He's pointing us. He's trying to get above us. This is not a classic anti-torpedo maneuver. This is rather interesting. Maybe he's basically... I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish here.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 2.
Let me just steer the
0.
weapon. There we go. Dodge this, you bastard.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Gotcha.
Sierra 4, last bearing 0, 2, 0. Contact breaking up.
Contact breaking up indeed. Right, EXO reports. We have no contacts, ready to leave the area. Leave combat. After action reports. Enemies engaged. Cannon sunk. Grisha sunk. Grisha 3 sunk, sorry. Don sunk and Victor 2. Weapons remaining. 0 Mark 48s, 2 MOSSs, 2 UGMs, and 4 T-Labs. Copy that. Superb effort in locating and eliminating the enemy's ability to replenish their submarine force at sea. Keep up the good work and await further orders. There we are. Oh, we get another medal. Here we go. Let's see what we got. The Secretary of the Navy takes pleasure in awarding the Navy Commendation Medal to Commander Quebec, commanding officer of the USS Slob. That's what we're calling it, because I was sitting here eating pizza like a fat fuck. Right, SSN 639. Anyway, for meritorious service... meritorious words. Service while serving as commanding officer of the USSN Slob or SSN 639. Quebec's numerous accomplishments, inspiring leadership and steadfast devotion to duty are keeping with the highest traditions in the United States Naval Service. Here we go, let's read the newspaper clipping for the day. Soviet subs retreat. Several NATO naval groups have recently been operating unopposed. A Pentagon spokesman revealed that the enemy's ability to efficiently operate around the Greenland Sea has been drastically diminished for reasons that remain classified. The United States Congress has called for more troops and more armour to be made available in the conflict in Western Europe. Once deployed, it is expected these additional ground forces would halt the Soviet advance and bring a speedier end to the current crisis. There we go. Lovely. Oh, what? A wolf pack of enemy attack submarines is returning after successfully operating against NATO shipping in the North Atlantic. Convoy routes will now be attempted to transit through the Guick area towards their home base where they will prepare for new operations. Attack them and sink them before they have a chance to rearm. Locating the... I haven't got any torpedoes! What do you mean? I haven't got any torpedoes left, game. How am I supposed to... Oh... Where am I supposed to go to rearm? Do I have to go back to Holy Lock, or can I rearm anywhere? The OS is dead. I can't stop this. Game, I can't stop this. I've got none left. There's nothing. The bank's empty. Just short of crashing into them, I've got nothing. Ramming speed. There's nothing left. I've got Tomahawk missiles. That's all I've got. I've got Tomahawk missiles and UGMs. Can I dock at any harbour, like anywhere? Like, can I just dock there? Is that a thing? Can I do that? There we go. Okay. Well, shit. I'm not sure. Hopefully I can dock anywhere. Right, I'm not going to play this mission now, though. I'm going to call that a night for tonight. Lovely. I need to review orders, or sorry, I need to continue on course. We're going to save, and then we're going to quit out there. Alright. Ask them politely to sink themselves. Yes. Oh, God. Okay. Fucking hell. How many people turned up? I don't even know. I haven't even hit refresh since the thing started. Could be anyone. Could be any amount. Oh my god, 490. Okay. Whatever. Basically no one. Right. Yeah, right. Like I'm not grateful. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Thanks very much. Battalion 1944 sub-games. Prime gift. We'll pass you. Oh, yes. Sheep is playing some fucking horror games. Yes. We're going to pass you on to Sheep. /host Sheep ZF. Yes, boy. Right, so yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I shall catch you the next time I stream, which either should be tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, thanks very much, and I will see you then. Have a lovely evening, take care, and goodbye.